Hi, welcome to DTKSS. In the current session, we are going to discuss about Azure Table Storage. The Azure Table Storage is a service that stores the non-relational structured data in the cloud and providing the key attribute store with a schemaless design. Azure Table Storage is fast and cost effective for many types of applications, lower cost than traditional SQL. So now we talk about the features available under this Azure Table Storage. As we know that Azure groups the four data services like Azure Blobs, Azure Files, Azure Queues and Tables are together under the storage account. Now we are talking about this Azure Table. So the Azure Table is a collection of entities and each table can store the 500 TBs of data and supports up to 2000 rows of per seconds for the read and write. So this table is collection of entities. So what is entity? Entity is a collection of properties. So item name laptop, this is one property. So this collection of properties is called the entities. Each entity can store the 1 MB of data and supports up to maximum 255 properties. So you can create 255 properties like item name, item cost, discount, etc. You can create 255 properties. And now we talk about what is the property. Properties are combination of name and value pair. So item name and laptop. So this is name and this is the value. And Azure Tables contains the three system properties like a partition key, row key and timestamp. These are all the default properties which will be a clustered indexes. So when you want to fetch the data, this will help to scan that data through these clustered indexes and fetch the data. So now we talk about when to use table storage. There is a lot of storage which can support the non-relational structured data like Cosmos DB, or there is all different types of data storages is there. When we have to use the table storage, storing the TBs of structured data capable of serving the web scale applications. So when we need to store the TBs of structured data and be able to serve the web scale applications, and then storing the data sets that do not require a complex joins, foreign keys or stored procedures can be denormalized for fast access. So when we do not require a complex joins, foreign keys or stored procedures can be denormalized for fast access. And one more scenario is quickly querying the data using a clustered index, accessing data using OData protocol, link queries with WCF data services and .NET libraries. So these three scenarios we can use the table storage. So now we talk about Cosmos DB also will provide the similar functionalities. But when we have to choose Azure Table Storage, when we have to choose the Cosmos DB. So I have listed here a few differences when we have to choose this Azure Table Storage and Cosmos DB. The feature is latency, throughput, global distribution, indexing, query, consistency, pricing, SLA. So all these factors we are going to compare how table storage works, how Cosmos DB for table will works. Latency. So table storage supports fast latency but there is no upper bound on latency. When it comes to Cosmos DB for table, it will support the less than 10 milliseconds for reads and less than 15 milliseconds for writes. And throughput is maximum it supports 20,000 operations per second. So only 20,000 operations per second, that limit to one storage account. When goes to Cosmos DB, supports the greater than 10 million operations per second per table in a provisioned throughput mode. So greater than 10 million. So when your particular application wants the operation limits more than 20,000, then definitely you have to go for Cosmos DB. And global distribution. So you want to access your data globally. So table storage only supports the single region with one operational readable. Second is read region for high availability that supports the automatic and manual account failure. So single region which supports the one operational readable. Secondary read region. So this is first region you can able to perform read and write. Secondary is just read. You cannot able to write. For high availability that supports the automatic and manual account failure. For the case if the total data center disaster, then you cannot fetch that. The turnkey global distribution from 1 to 30 plus regions. So it can store 30 plus regions and you can able to configure, fetch the data from the nearest data center. For example, you can able to configure for East US you are accessing application, and data center which you have chosen is the primary is West US, but you can able to access from East US as well. You can configure with the Cosmos DB table. So because of this 30 plus region supports, we can able to manage the manual failure at any time, anywhere in the world. And indexing, only primary indexing with using of partition key and row key. So these are all the default properties which supports the primary indexing. When goes to the Cosmos DB, automatic and complete indexing for all the properties. So you can use any property to fetch the data. No indexing management. And query execution use the indexes for primary key and scans otherwise. Queries can take advantage of automatic indexing. So we talk about indexing feature. So it supports the automatic indexing for properties on fast query times. Consistency, strong within primary region, eventual with secondary region. So all the requests should go to the primary region, otherwise it will go to secondary region if primary region not available. 5 well-defined consistency levels to trade off availability, latency, throughput and consistency based on your application need. And pricing. So table storage supports the consumption based. So how much you use the operations, you can pay for that. And Cosmos DB supports the consumption based and provision capacity modes. SLA is 99% availability. The Cosmos DB table will support the 99.99% for multi-region accounts. So that is, this is for single region account. This is for the multi-region account. So these are all the difference between Azure Table and Cosmos DB for table. So based on the requirement, you can able to choose either table storage or Cosmos DB. The basic is when you want to go for more than 20,000 operations per second, then you have to go for the Cosmos DB. Or when you want to get support for multi-region support, then you have to go for it. So it depends on your requirement. You can able to choose table storage or Cosmos DB for table. It's all depend on your requirement. So now I switch back to the portal for a demo how we can create a table storage. So log in into your Azure portal and go to the resource group and create a resource and name it as D2KSS. I'll just choose East US, validating, and it's completed. And go to the resource, and here you select the resource. So I want to create a storage account under it. Storage account. Choose storage account. Then D2KSS storage account, and I'm just choosing standard. I don't want to geo redundant storage. I just choose LRS for demo purpose and just validate and create. So I'm just leaving all these advanced networking, data protection, encryption, all those things default. I have discussed about these tags earlier in our starting session. I'm not going in detail now. The storage account is created. It took around 1.5 minutes to create that. And now under data storage, you can able to see the tables. Under the table, you can click on this table. Enter the table name is items and OK. So the table items has been created, and this is the URL of that table if you want to perform that read operations or write operations. So from here you cannot able to add or edit this table. So to edit or add the entities, go to the storage browser and here click on the tables. So now you can able to see the tables. So from here also you can able to add the tables. So click on the table items. So now you can able to see the default properties is partition key, row key, and the timestamp. And if you want to add any custom properties, add the entity, add the property, and enter the property name is item number, and I'll just keep this as either int 32, and add the property is item name, and one more property is price double, add the one more property is discount, and this also I'll change it as double. So now we have to enter the partition key. I'll enter 100. This is also 100. Item number also I will enter 100. Name is laptop, and the price 12,000, and the discount is $100. And click on insert. So we have inserted a row. The partition key 100, row key 100, and timestamp, item number, laptop, price, discount. So now I want to add one more entity. So enter that partition key is 101, and this is also 101, and this I can choose the item number 120 or something. It's a depend on the requirement. So item name I will choose keyboard, and the price $120, and discount $10, and insert. So now here I want to add one more property. For example, I want to add the warranty. So warranty of this keyboard is 1 year. Insert. So here, if you see this, the warranty column for that first row is empty, because when we insert this particular row we don't have this warranty column. But when I'm trying to add the one more column, it does not give any error. It allows to add that particular row, and the rest of the rows it shows the empty. So that's the reason it is non-relational structured data. So we don't have any not null or null. We don't have any preferences. So that's the reason we can able to insert the new entity and any type. So no relational structured data. So this is the how you can able to add the entities, and here you can able to perform these filters. For example, you can use item number in 32 and you can give 100, apply. So you'll get only the item number 100. So you can able to filter. So you can go with advanced filter as well. So this is the query you can write, like item number equal to 10. All those things you can write using the advanced query. So this is about how you can able to add the entities into this data table storage. That's all about this session. Thank you.